Hi there, welcome to this video. For regular viewers and new people that may come along and discover my channel, I just wanted to explain a current ongoing situation and serious problem which involves my channel and the case that I've covered in recent time, known as the Noah Presgrove case. Whilst along the way, a range of new people have come on in, including some key people too, good individuals. It seems like dark resistance, a wave has now arrived sooner than later, right? And I've only been covering this case for a short period, but the videos that I have covered have been arguably important. Now, for me to give you context so you understand what this resistance and problem is, I will explain right now. This occurred yesterday, later on at night, typical timing, right? During my live premiere of one of my Noah Presgrove's videos, in which when I went over to the emails, there was a notification sent from YouTube notifying me that 6 of my Noah Presgrove videos have been reported for privacy violations. Now, I wasn't expecting it, and I was scratching my head wondering what the hell's this all about? Is there anyone with a vendetta or some kind of obsession with me? Is it from the past? Is it to do with other cases I've covered? I wasn't too sure. So I reached out to a few people in the background and those such as within the Noah Presgrove case. For one, to spread awareness as to my current situation and to explain that I'm not covering up videos or censoring stuff. It's out of my control if videos do disappear. And as well, I was just thinking, if they've had problems, does it link to me? Or if they haven't, is it best to warn them so they know what to expect? And in terms of the response, what I got, people are suspicious and thinking that the people or person responsible for my videos being reported for privacy violations are likely key people within the case. Dodgy people. Those that may have an agenda. Those that you may be thinking of as well. I don't want to mention any names because, as you know, the way it's gone just recently, everything seems too risky all of a sudden, doesn't it? It's ridiculous. But this seems to be a typical situation where YouTube will have third-party people's backs, but they won't back their own creators up because they're pathetic cowards. I mean, it's quite silly, in my opinion. Now, you could ask yourself, okay, 6 of your videos breaking privacy violations. Well, what did they break exactly? Me? I have no clue. Because the email that I received, it was very, very simple and basic. Just letting me know that 6 of my videos have been reported for privacy violations. YouTube said to me, you can edit them, you can cut them down, you can blur out sensitive content to resolve the issue. And if not, just leave it and we'll deal with it. And as you know, can you always put your trust and faith in YouTube? No, I've been heavily attacked and severely screwed over in the past by YouTube when my videos became limited, restricted for nearly 5 months, almost in a row, when I was covering the Dylan Brown's case because of some BS automated system and dodgy fake guidelines and corrupt human review. So messed up. Never want to experience that ever again. And I'm sure most people wouldn't either because it's dull. It's not good. Now, this time round, it's more to do with videos not being restricted like that, but literally being ripped out of my channel. Now, I've had issues in the past and they've been resolved, but this time round, I don't know, because if it is key people in the case and they do have an agenda and they are relentless, they may do everything that they can to silence me. Who knows? As for the channel, who knows? All I can say, and I've said it since 2020 onwards, and I don't give a damn what some people say in terms of overreacting. What I will say is, as I said back then, if the channel, if the videos, if everything disappears of me, such as on YouTube, it's not by my choice. Either I've been just simply silenced, or I may have been killed off, or I may have been abducted, okay? We've got to list all these different scenarios. As pathetic as it may sound, there needs to be some kind of alert, some kind of backup, or just awareness as to what to expect and what to think if anything bad does happen to me. Because when people do normally disappear from YouTube or the channel or the videos, there's no explanation before it. There's no foreshadowing. So everyone's confused and losing their head. But here, you kind of know what to expect. If it has been deleted or removed, it wasn't my choice. Just like these 6 videos that could be taken down from my channel, it's not my choice, okay? And once again, it's stupid for YouTube to tell and advise me, just cut the bits out, edit it, change thumbnail, or do whatever. What's the point? What's the point blindly editing out possible sensitive content when the actual report itself doesn't directly tell me what I've done wrong? It's like stabbing in the dark, no pun intended. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know if that change will help or not. Now, in the past, there was third-party people that tried silencing my videos because of music, copyright music, but it was never used. It never appeared in my Dylan Rounds videos. It was corrupt, it was messed up. And way back in the past when it happened the very first time round, I had no clue what to do. So I muted it, I cut it out, and it cut out my video. It ruined the ending of my video, my high-end edit in the past, which was really good quality. And ever since, when that shit happens again, I just dispute it and it's okay and it's resolved. In this case, I can't dispute it. Some people recently were saying, what control do you have over these reports? What can you do? At this moment in time, there is absolutely nothing I can do, okay? I, as a YouTube creator who's got control of my own channel, and as well, a form of, experience and presence on YouTube, because YouTube will know me because of me being around for some time and doing what I've done and performing how I have. And yeah, if YouTube are gonna side with the opposition who are maybe a bit dodgy, it's not a good look, is it? But what can I do? As for the report, I can't dispute the report. I can't dispute the videos. I can edit the videos. I can delete them. But why should I when I don't know what the problem is? And the other factor is, there may not be a problem at all. That I've done nothing wrong. It's just that someone doesn't like it because it portrays them in a negative light. Tough shit. Act appropriately online. Behave correctly. Whether you're suspicious or not, act a certain way, and so that when people do see you or analyse you, they're not going to have a bad outlook towards you, right? People can't control their own self. Maybe some fully grown adults out there, and they throw the toys out the pram when other people relay information which is already public, photos which are already public, right? And we can talk about the whole consent thing. It's people's personal consent to put themselves out there online in the first place. Their profile picture, their face, their content, their material, their text, all of it, right? As a form of consent, their own personal choice to put themselves out there publicly in a negative light or a positive or a suspicious light. It is what it is. I'd arguably say there are definite exceptions where a person's identity, profile, face could be used against them in a harmful, negative, demeaning way, with the usage of synthetic, altered AI deepfake technology. I've been on the receiving end of that, as some of you will know. People have pathetic obsessions with me out there, and that's what they've done to me with time. They need to be cleansed. But in a situation where you are looking at public information, public media, and you're using it, and maybe they don't directly say you can use it, but you're not using it in a demeaning or nasty or negative way that breaks further guidelines. You're just simply relaying what's publicly present, making sense of it, for and against arguments, more balanced than most people out there. What is their problem? If they're truly innocent, if people haven't got anything to hide, then why are they making such a big deal about this? And I do wonder, is it only me? People elsewhere on other pages have said they've been attacked and have had to make it private, etc. I understand. But has other people had content material ripped away from them like what I could be going through right now? That's what I'm wondering. As for other creators on YouTube, there's not that many. There's a range of people that have done one and done videos of the case and that's it, and they'll probably never return back. The only other person that has covered content on a more consistent basis in a way, who's gone a bit deeper despite the past, would be Kaylee. The one you know, Kaylee. She's done her coverage, text messages, leaked DMs, leaked post. That's how it's actually titled as well. Now, I did reach out to them just to give a bit of awareness in case they go through the same thing. If they get silenced or taken down, just as a heads up. Okay, I don't know if they'll see it, but just in general, anyone that comes from anywhere, if you want to share this story, feel free to do so more people are made aware of it and maybe know what to expect in the future, because anything can happen, I guess. Was there any additional details to highlight? I mean, as for the videos, if you go to my community page, the community tab on my channel, you'll have to click it yourself, right? It's not that hard. And you'll find all the links to the videos that have been reported, and you can check them out for yourself, okay? Some people have said there's a bit of a pattern or theme emerging throughout it, in which it's talking about certain individuals. So those certain individuals could be the ones trying to silence it, hence the reports, who knows? But when looking at them, there was the odd video which had nothing to do with really anyone but Noah Presgrove, such as the autopsy report. And that's been reported. Why? It's just looking at an autopsy report, details that have already been revealed publicly in terms of like the damage and that type of stuff. And you could say, well, what about some of the additional information if there was anything mentioned on there? I mean, it was publicly accessible to get hold of in the first place. Just like the other autopsy reports, like the other stuff in the background, publicly accessible to get a hold of if you go to the right area and search for the right thing, right? It's not too restricted. But if it was certain people there and it's to do with Noah Presgrove, well, the only people you could think of, really, it would have to be family. And from the looks of it, it's not the family, right? If you was to apply it to some of the other videos I did, it was to do with Caden Pressey, okay? Well, when it comes to Caden Pressey, one of the persons, and I don't want to mention the names because I don't know what I can and can't do, what I can and can't say anymore. It's pathetic. But when it comes to one of the individuals that's kind of connected to Caden Pressey, they will know who they are. They're subscribed to my channel, which is obviously good to see. So they do kind of appreciate or at least approve of my coverage. And as for the photo situation, I think that's been resolved now. They didn't respond back to my question, my follow-up one, which is a bit of a shame. But let me just use my clear, critical thinking, because a moment like this where it's total confusion, there are a couple of coincidences along the way. It's easy for the general public. This is not coming from me, but it's easy for the general public, and it's understandable. They could see the post recently where someone said, hey, Warlight Raf, quit using photos of our faces, okay? And then what happens a day later? Oh, videos breaking guideline privacy violations. Is there a link? Personally, I don't think so, because one of the key individuals that, you know, said that comment also thanked me for covering the case. It was just, I guess, a friendly reminder for the future. And the initial part was resolved there very quickly, and they're subscribed to my channel. So I don't think it's along the route of the Caden Pressy stuff there, but it could be more so the people on the opposing end, those that don't like what Caden Pressy has had to say. And because I've relayed it, the outsiders or the other dodgy people don't like that, so they're trying to completely squash it completely. But in terms of privacy issues and violations, I don't know why it concerns them there exactly when it's more to do with Caden, right? There might be, it's either multiple agendas with multiple people in the background all over the bloody place, or it's just a set few that have their eyes locked and focused. Now, some people were saying how because of my coverage and the direct response so quick in a short space of time and 6 videos or so being reported in one go, it must be because I'm on the right path. I'm close to the truth. I've triggered people in the background. I guess so. If it is anyone within the case or connected to the case, let's just say, no names were given, but if it was to be that way, I mean, when I think about it, if all these people claim to be innocent and they've got nothing to hide, then there is no need to come attacking me or going after me. And some people's excuses could be, yeah, but this person's saying this and that and claiming this and that, are using theories and ideas. Yeah, it's because I'm using appropriate language. I'm not saying that this person's 100% responsible for the death. I'm saying that their actions or their behavior implies that there could be some kind of link or appliance, or it's a part of a timeline of unfortunate events that unfollowed later. You know, all kinds of different language and wording. Take in mind, and no offense to people, but there are others out there on other platforms where their language, their wording, their sentencing, structuring is abysmal. But do they get completely silenced? Not exactly. But do I? Someone that uses formal language, clear titles, appropriate thumbnails. I try my best. I cover multiple perspectives, for and against arguments, and yet I'm the one punished, right? I'm not one-sided. I'm covering multiple perspectives. I've got balance. I demonstrate balance. I've demonstrated it at least since 2022 onwards. So why on earth would people have an issue with my coverage, considering for and against arguments? It's not just a witch hunt, right? You look back at the Dylan Rounds case. Maybe viewers on this channel, new people, won't know what that's about. It's a true crime case. It was resolved eventually in 2024. April going into May for most part of it. Sentencing, well, it's still coming up. Maybe do a separate video. But during the Dylan Rounds case, there was only one time, and my first time in 2022, I think it was, where 4 of my videos received privacy complaints, privacy violations. 4 videos reported. Not all in one go. I think it might have been 2 videos and then 2 more that followed up afterwards. What was the result of it? Nothing bad happened to me. And at the time, it didn't give an explanation as to what I did wrong, I think. And it definitely didn't say who was responsible, but I knew who was responsible because it was too much of a coincidence. That basically, I did a video covering a female that was claiming to be in contact with James Brenner, the killer, forming a report, getting information and a confession out of him. It never happened. It was a lie. Even the mother of Dylan Rounds, Candice Cooley, called her out public. But with my video about her, spreading awareness of the BS, and also doing some research from an article, a website online, in which Jim Terry did the same thing before, the first one to do it. And I did give credit to him at the time, even though he had a bit of a meltdown because he didn't see the credit I gave to him at the time specifically. So yeah, Jim Terry calling out a female. I did my own analysis of a public article which was highlighting her shady past or her family's shady past. Okay? All public information. And because of that, female didn't like my coverage and me spreading awareness of the truth and highlighting their corruptness, they likely and most definitely reported my videos because there'd be no need for anyone else to do so. And got the reports. I didn't touch it. I left it. I thought, I've got nothing to hide. I've done nothing wrong. I know in that case for certain because it was a public news article which I looked at, right? And, you know, what happened? Nothing. The videos remained up. The privacy reports and complaints went away, right? But I think they tried a second time and that failed as well. Now, as a heads up, for anyone that does create false reports and like legal privacy reports and they're incorrect, they're false, fake ones, I think if you do it several times and they're incorrect, you can get your channel terminated. So yeah, when it comes to situations like that, you don't want to be messing around. But to be fair, if it is people within the case that have an agenda against me coming after me, I don't think they care about having a YouTube channel terminated because they'll probably just create another one, and another one, right? So things like that are going on. There's nothing I can do at the moment. It said 42 hours and then some kind of action will be taken, whether that be reviewing it and not doing anything and then the report is dropped, or what ends up happening is they just take down my videos and then obviously I'll probably get a notification from YouTube saying your video was removed. Your video was removed ×6. And yeah, can anything be done to prevent it or to preserve it? Yeah, but it just seems kind of pointless and irrelevant anyway. I mean, let me just highlight one thing first. Like in recent times, some people have said that my coverage on the case is nothing special and it's just simply relaying things, really nothing special. Well, to what I say in response to that based off what I'm currently going through, if my coverage, my boring analysis or whatever you want to call it, if it's not good enough and it's nothing special, then why am I being silenced then? If there's nothing much going on, if I'm not that much of a threat, why am I being silenced? The only time you get silenced is when you're getting too close to the truth, or there are people out there that feel threatened by your presence. Are people threatened by my presence? A simple individual from the UK in a bedroom? Really? Am I locked and loaded? No. Do I have a giant banana by the side of me? Yes. Do I have some gorillas as well? Yeah. Wow, that's scary, isn't it? Not? It's weird, isn't it? So that's just a counterpoint to that. Now, to refer back to what people were suggesting, why don't you download videos? I can, but I would have to do that on my phone because if I do it on the computer, I don't know, you could get viruses. It's safer to do on the phone, but the problem is my phone's storage is really full, okay? Because I've got photos, photography, material to do the cases and all that. I just don't have enough space at this moment. Obviously, when it comes to, well, hopefully, let's just put it that way, hopefully when it comes to September 2024, along with any super chats, super stickers and gifted memberships and memberships, any of that does come along the way, like how it has done recently, shout out to those people, and once again, shout out to Lizzie. If that comes along, that can be put towards an upgrade of a new device, a new phone, which will probably have better storage and, you know, all kinds of positives and upgrades regarding it. But in regards to what I've currently got and the storage and all of that, it is almost full, and I need a little bit of space just so I can make the next video and so on and so on. And I do have some games as well on the phone as well, which I do play, which are fun. So to be downloading hours worth of videos, it's just not practical for me. I mean, you could say, well, why not just download one at a time, then re-upload it to another place? It's just not practical because this is the thing. First of all, if I was to preserve, archive and download all those videos of mine which have been reported recently, right? What do I do with them on my phone? Oh, just re-upload them on YouTube again? What's the point? Because won't they just get taken down again and again and again, and it's just fighting a losing battle? Well, why not just edit the clips then and change it all? Why should I have to spend more hours and more hours having to go through every little clip, detail, trying to censor it all? It would be going against everything that what I've been talking about on my channel, right? Having to make these adjustments and having to try and close it all and censor it all, it just seems so silly. Especially when most of that info is public, if not all. And other people have posted it or shared it, and while some may have been attacked or received some kind of resistance, not exactly like what I've experienced, but then again, I'm on a different platform, so there's different tools to report people and report videos. So that might be the difference there. But yeah, even if I did it one at a time or all in one go and I re-uploaded those videos elsewhere onto Rumble, that's not good. Rumble is a terrible platform. People say YouTube's bad. Rumble is so underdeveloped. Custom thumbnails don't really work. The licensing is terrible. You got all these different options for licensing. One is your video will be presented to the general public on this platform, onto Facebook, onto YouTube, all over. You think that's good? They take it upon themselves to spread your video so more people can see it. But you know what the problem is? There's a catch. With their licensing agreement, once you do that, you're kind of giving them the copyright to that footage. You don't own it anymore. That's Rumble, right? They take it from you. You don't own that video anymore, or you don't have much control over it. And this is where the other problem comes in. If you go down that route or another exclusive one, I can't remember the names of these, licenses, but the other one was maybe exclusively for YouTube or something. But because of these licensings and crossovers, if you're already on YouTube and you got these like copyright claims or copyrights changeovers, it compromises your YouTube channel, in which you could get in trouble on YouTube for reposting it or changing the rights elsewhere behind their backs on Rumble. It's a really messy situation. When people go to Rumble, it tends to be because they've been shunned, they've been shadow banned, they've been completely silenced, they've been terminated, so they've moved over to Rumble and everything's on here. But if I start merging between the two, that's kind of very dangerous waters, and that will completely compromise me if it does go wrong. So the only other option would be some kind of Rumble license where everything's just on Rumble. But then that's irrelevant because let's be real. Not many people are going to really watch my videos on Rumble. Let's be realistic. I've got, 12,000 subscribers? 12,000 people aren't going to go over to my Rumble channel and subscribe. Not a chance. Not a chance. I know that for certain. At best, 10 to 20 people might. Because not everyone likes Rumble. Not everyone may have access to Rumble. And just the quality as well is terrible over there. So I just wouldn't reduce myself or lower my standards to go over to Rumble. And people could say, yeah, but it's all about archiving and preserving what you created. And if you don't do that, you're kind of going against it all. Well, if people want to twist their words or twist my words against me or so, as I said, I start editing, changing or posting it elsewhere, changing the copyrights and the licenses, and it compromised me long term. I got to think of my own channel health long term, because just this one case can go wrong, which then has a negative knock-on impact of every other video on my channel and every other case that I've covered, keeping them alive. When it came to Doug from No Thanks on YouTube, whatever trouble he got himself into, it had a negative impact on his other videos and cases. So if he did do good work elsewhere and interviews in the past, which are invaluable and important within a case, well, because of getting in trouble with other stuff, his channel was terminated, and so was all his other videos. It's like the situation of you've got a classroom full of kids. One kid is a class clown, causes trouble, destruction. They're punished along with everybody else who is innocent. So if I'm reckless or if I get in some deep waters within a case and I mess up, or someone's just out to get me, even though I've done really nothing wrong, if I pursued that or continued making the same mistake or continue treading through dangerous waters, I could be completely terminated, assassinated, whatever, literal or in other ways. There's a weird noise down in the background. Sounds like someone was breaking in. Timing, isn't it, right? But what I'm trying to get at is, I've lost my train of thought. This is typical of this. Interruptions as I'm trying to talk. So, yeah, things go wrong, then it leads to the channel being impacted and everything that's been built upon it and the content, etc., which then has a negative knock-on effect to everything that I've done in the past, and it ruins it all over one little thing or one case, right? And that leads me on to the next point. As for creation and videos on the Noah Presgrove case, other people can just say, oh, just keep on moving forwards, keep on creating, don't stop, don't be silenced. By stopping or by changing direction, that does not equate to someone being weak or scared. I'm not scared of the situation, but I've got to think smart. Am I going to risk everything for one case? Or am I going to not play it safe, but think smart and think, you know what? All the other cases I've covered, they've been a bit dodgy, right? Some dodgy times, but it turned out okay. It was okay. And there'll be other cases as well out there and other mysteries. Do I want to compromise everything that I've worked for, all the effort and time I've put in, for risking it all just by continuing on with this particular case? Is it worth it? People can twist my words again and say, oh, are you valuing your own channel and your me? You're putting that first before Noah Presgrove? People will word it like that. Well, the way I envision it is, before I even got here in the Noah Presgrove case, there were already key people covering it, the family involved, trying to make sense, and just all the key people and the consistent ones, the people on the Reddit Noah Presgrove's army page and the Facebook Noah Presgrove's army page, whatever they're called, right? I can't remember the names, but these people that have been around for some time, Justin Roy, day one. There are key people already covering this case from day one, which will have more knowledge and have had more impact on the case. So if I disappeared or stopped, it's not going to lead to a massive downfall within the case. So I've already calculated that in my mind. If I was the only or last person standing in a case, well, then there would be more pressure on me to stick around, right? And to not stop. So I've already calculated it in my head. Maybe the general public don't see it that way or haven't thought about it that way. So I'll have to see what happens next, of course. I said 48 hours. Well, I guess this is like the second day or half of the second day, because it was late at night yesterday. So it'll probably be by the end of tomorrow. But they did say after 48 hours, then YouTube may look into it or review it. So then that could lead to 7 days of uncertainty. And from now till whenever I get a result, what do I do? Do I just keep on creating videos? Will it just lead to more videos being reported in the meantime? You get what I'm saying? Take in mind, I've covered like 21, 22 videos on the Noah Presgrove case, right? And only 6 of them have been reported, in which 1 or 2 of them aren't even relevant to any suspicious people in the case, really. So it just seems a bit random what's going on, right? Is there any other patterns or trends? Not that I can think of, which could explain who could be responsible. But yeah, 6 videos, and yet I've made 21, 22. I'm just surprised if someone truly has an agenda against me. I'm surprised you haven't done the other ones as well. And you know what? In my messed up life, I can curse myself. I can be a curse. I am cursed in life. So sometimes I've got to keep my mouth completely shut, because what I've just said just then, knowing my luck, the remaining 15, 16, however many there are left would probably be reported anyway if someone really does have an agenda or a group of people do. And the point what I'm putting across is, if it's one step forward, two steps back, honestly, what's the point? I put in the time, I put in the effort, I could do a full-on video right now, you know, a proper one, focused, upload it, following day, oh, it's been reported, few days later, it's been deleted. I make a new video, do the same thing, oh, it's reported, then it's deleted. It's a waste of time, isn't it? It really is a waste of time. And it's not going to do my channel much good, or the people that view it, more so strangers. They'll see a video and then it will disappear. And over again, people will then start to think, am I silencing? Am I censoring stuff? Am I leaving breadcrumbs and playing mind games? I saw what it did to one individual in the past within the Kenny Veach case. They made videos private. They deleted some at times, either because they may have made a mistake, but more so they were being threatened by someone within the case. They were actually being threatened and they were in a dangerous situation. They even had to relocate as well. But through privatizing their videos and doing what they needed to do to protect themselves and protect their family, the outsiders didn't see it that way, weren't aware, so they just assumed that this person online was just censoring and messing about, so their credibility was lost, which is obviously not good, is it? So it can have knock-on effects, just like how when you get an impersonation account where it may paint someone in a bad light, and if strangers fall for it, when a genuine person does show up, you probably get called out and attacked. And to be honest, that's what happened to me at one point as well. I said, not in a severe way, but in terms of lots of little things going on and petty stuff, I am one of the most attacked persons on YouTube, right? No competition. I said, not severe, but in terms of small scale stuff, it's a snowball effect of it when it comes to me. Anything else to mention? I was considering making a video today, maybe later on, to do with Noah Presgrove, whatever that may be. I'm not too sure at this moment as to what it could be. Right, I do have a list, but what works, what doesn't? I looked on Facebook, a lot of posts, a lot of talk, a lot of things going on, which some people may say it's old news, but I've not seen it before. To try and digest it all seems a bit too much, but maybe if I just do a summary video going over it all. Could be quite heavy, could be kind of deep, but just look at it all in one go, bulk, and break it down in the future. And as generic as it might be, or maybe even the title, it's probably for the best if the current situation is a little bit dodgy. But yeah, that's where things are at currently. Now, some people who have been around long enough will notice the pattern. I've done a couple of videos, I've been silenced, I'm being silenced, I am silenced, etc., etc. And that's exactly what's happened. Just about all cases I've covered on a consistent basis, and I've been around some time at least, and I've made a bit of an impact, I have been silenced, right? Have other people? Maybe, maybe not. Or maybe in different ways compared to me. But I just wanted to give you this update as to what's currently going on. As I said, there's nothing I can do at this moment in time. And I mean, if anyone out there wants to preserve videos, you can download them yourself, but I don't know how useful that would be, because where would you put them if YouTube won't allow it? If these people have such an agenda in the background, they could just go anywhere on any platform and just constantly report like a Karen, on and on and on and on. It's pathetic in a way. All I can say at the end of the day, if some humans out there are so triggered by the coverage and the relaying of information, maybe what they should do first is look at themselves in the mirror and ask themselves, how should I act and how should my approach be when I conduct business and talk and casual interactions online? Do I want to portray myself in a negative light, a dodgy, suspicious light, or just in a normal, neutral way? And like with the people within the case who claim to be very innocent, well, if they are, there'd be no need to hide, delete, or show any resistance or any defensiveness. And even when there is a misunderstanding, there is no need to snap. And as we've seen, not with me, but others, that's what's happened. I've seen it small scale, broken up bits and bobs along the way in other previous cases, of course, but maybe you could say that the Noah Presgrove case is one of the most volatile ones, not for the community, but the insiders who are then encroaching on the general public community. For most part of it, it's been somewhat healthy, the public community side, but there are some key people within the case who have entered. Well, I think they've been a bit of a problem. Not all, but possibly some. So if there's any people out there, I mean, even, I don't want to mention the name because I don't know what I can and can't say, but the person that's connected with Caden Pressey, if you're still here watching, just let me know your thoughts on the situation. Do you think what's going on is odd or is it normal, right? And once again, I just think YouTube is silly. If there is a problem, the problem needs to be addressed so I know what to do. Even if I've done nothing wrong, if there is a problem, it needs to be explained, and it hasn't. So that's kind of silly, that. And if no explanation has been given, and then YouTube are investigating the videos, what are they looking out for? Are they going to be biased? Are they going to trust me? Or are they going to go against me and trust some third-party dodgy individual, I wonder? I mean, what I can do is an experiment, right? And what I would say on the basis that, let's say all 6 videos are terminated and taken down. And if in the meantime, a couple of other videos that I make, if I do decide to do so, are taken down as well, I'll just have to completely stop with the case because it's a waste of my time and it will be a waste of other people's time when the videos just come and go and disappear so fast. What's it really doing? Is it spreading awareness? Not really. Is it keeping a case alive? Absolutely not. And if I say that's what I'm here for and I'm not fulfilling that, then what is the point and the purpose if I'm going to keep getting silenced over and over again? And once again, to reiterate, it's not a matter of being scared. It's a matter of thinking smart and thinking long term by preserving and conserving the channel health, which can cover multiple cases and has previously. Why should one thing ruin everything, right? And there are other people linked and working on this case in the background and people on the community side, so it's not a complete lost cause if I dropped off, right? Got to be realistic. Some people may cry, some people may throw the toys out the pram, but I've got to think smart, simple as, okay? And yeah, you can use this story, this event as another possible sign that there is a lot of suspicion going on within the case, right? Although no names have been given, what I do want to say is, as a heads up, and it is important, okay? The last thing before I do go, well, leave the video as it is. Those 6 videos, which I posted the links to them in my community page, you don't have to download the videos, but definitely every single person watching, whether it be all of the links or a couple, it's probably best advised to all of them. Copy and paste all of those links onto your notepad, virtual notepad, whatever you've got on your phone or computer, save those links. You know why? Because if and possibly when my videos get deleted and taken down, you can click on those links, and what likely will happen, it will take you to the YouTube page, it will come up with a black screen and it will say this video is not available or something like that. But more specifically, when it comes to the privacy legal issues, what tends to happen is when you're filing one out to do with a channel or a video, you've got to enter in your personal details, your full legal name. So if any of these humans out there trying to silence me are trying to take my videos down, if any of you, the viewers that have the links saved to those videos that have been taken down, when you click on them and you see that black screen where it says the video's been taken down for legal reasons, it will mention their full name, the person that requested the takedown. Okay? And then it will expose everything. So if humans out there want to silence me and want to report me anonymously, it's not going to work, because by the time the videos have been taken down, your full name will be revealed, not by me, but by YouTube themselves. That's how it works with YouTube. That's why people don't always like doing copyright claims and takedowns, because their own personal details by YouTube are used against them, well, used against them by YouTube towards the one who's been reported, right? So even when you may be in the right and you're fighting back, trying to defend yourself, and you're doing video reports or channel reports, you got to enter in your own sensitive information, in which some of that is publicly viewable, or at least viewable to the attacker, the bad person. The bad person then can get information about you just from that report. Okay, it's messed up. So it can work for and against one another. So the people that want to try and silence me, just understand that if you do so, when those videos get taken down, your full names will be revealed, not by me, but by YouTube on that screen. So for any viewers watching right now and those watching later, save those links, which I've posted in the community page and tab. Save the links, and when or if my videos get taken down, I'll let you know. And click on those videos and look for yourself, because it should reveal their name as to who was responsible. Okay? So, I've just checked the length of this video. I don't know if I'm considering making this the main video for today, because it is quite an important topic. Am I exactly in the mood for other stuff? Not really. And I don't want that to impact the case. I know when is the right time and when isn't to make a video. I'll just see if there's anything worth covering today, but because of the length of this video already, this might be the main one as a live premiere. Long enough for people to chat and talk and share their thoughts and opinions, and long enough to put the message across. I do hope, though, that as many people that watch this managed to watch till the end. And even if you didn't quite watch it all, if you could at least watch the last part of this video where I mentioned about saving the links for the important reason, just make sure to do that. So thanks for watching. If you do want to catch up on my recent coverage for ever how long it may be on my channel for, the I symbol, click on that top right corner of the screen and you'll be able to catch up there as well with my full playlist as well on the case. And if you do want to support this channel in times of uncertainty and randomness, there are some links down below in the pinned comment section. And if you just simply want to leave your thoughts, your opinions, your reactions, let me know your questions down below under this video in the comment section. Feel free to like and share the video as well, just so more people hear about this story of me. Not because it's me, but it's because of what I've faced as for an issue. It could impact other people as well in the future who may take it upon themselves to cover this particular case of Noah Presgrove. Okay? So I'll leave it there for now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.